Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Gonna read through pretty much the full article here. There's a link in the description. It's in regards to a missing girl, Oakley Carlson, 5 years of age. We're gonna look through things very carefully, and it also involves potential charges of neglect against the parents of Oakley Carlson in regards to the treatment of Oakley Carlson's 6-year-old sister. It is a disturbing subject. Oakley Carlson, the 5-year-old, is still missing, but she's been missing for close to a year. She wasn't reported missing until December 2021, but seemingly she's been missing for quite a bit of time. That being the case, how hopeful can we be? Of course, prayers, and we wish for her safe recovery. But for me personally, from where I stand, if a child is missing for such a length of time, it's not looking good. Apologies if I've said anything inappropriate there. Remember, take a mental health break, please. Check out some of the channels, the friends of the channel that you'll see on the homepage of this channel. If you're getting a little bit down and depressed by these subjects, and I'll be honest, these subjects bring me down, I've got to go and find something fun to do shortly. But let's have a look at this situation. It is a little confusing. Hopefully I don't make too much of a mess of it. Additional charges could be brought against the parents of a missing 5-year-old Washington child who hasn't been seen in nearly a year. Oakley Carlson's parents, Jordan Bowers and Andrew Carlson, have both pleaded not guilty to neglect charges in connection with Oakley's 6-year-old sister. The sister, according to prosecutors, wasn't given her prescribed medications for months while in the care of her parents. During that time, Oakley, the 5-year-old, disappeared from the home and hasn't been seen since. So here are the two parents, Jordan Bowers and Andrew Carlson. They're pleading not guilty at this stage, but their 5-year-old daughter, Oakley Carlson, has been missing for quite some time. Again, she was reported missing in December 2021, but witnesses say they haven't seen her for some time before that. They've got a missing child, missing for close to a year perhaps. And on top of that, the 6-year-old, Oakley's sister, hasn't been receiving the medication that she's been prescribed, that she needs, due to allegedly the neglect of the parents. So it's not very good. Back to the article. So far, the parents are not facing charges in Oakley's disappearance, but the prosecutor working the case says he came across new evidence that could lead to additional charges. Here's a quote. "There was a lot of discovery that came into my office from the sheriff late last week," prosecuting attorney Jason Walker said during the court hearing. "I have an eyewitness now, and that's going to change things." Okay, so the prosecutors are on top of things as far as we're being told here. The prosecutors are very keen to pursue with their investigations into the parents. Back to the article. The neighbors said in December 2021 that they have not seen Oakley, the 5-year-old, in quite some time. Another person in the Oakland neighborhood said that it had been so long since Oakley was seen that the school bus eventually stopped coming to pick her up. I mean, that sounds pretty damning to me. That sounds like she's not been seen for months. Oakley was filed missing after authorities arrived at her family's residence on December the 6th, 2021, to perform a welfare check at the request of Oakville Elementary School principal. Oakley's parents told investigators that they last saw her when they last saw her was on November the 30th, 2021. They didn't provide any information about where the child could be. Here's a quote. "The parents have given no indication that Oakley is in the care of an adult and cannot account for her whereabouts or condition. Investigators believe Oakley would be unable to survive on her own for this length of time. So, I mean, if I'm understanding this correctly, Oakley, the 5-year-old, was only reported missing because the elementary school principal got involved. She requested a police perform a welfare check, and the police went around to the premises, and the parents go, "Oh yeah, no, she's not here. We haven't seen her for a week." Well, hang on. Why the fuck wasn't she reported missing then? If that's true, if that is true, which I don't believe it is, but if that is true, why wasn't she reported missing? What, your 5-year-old goes missing for a week and you don't bother reporting it? Am I understanding this correctly? That, to me, is very suspicious. But, the witnesses have said, it's been more than a week. Witnesses have said that it's been months. And one of the police officers here, the undersheriff, has said that the last confirmed sighting of Oakley happened on February the 10th, 2021. So, yeah, almost bang on a year ago. So, it seems to me, in my guess, my estimation, sheer speculation, the parents are full of absolute shit. That's my take on it. Could be entirely wrong, of course. Thankfully, we've got police investigating the matter, but that's my take on it. Back to the article. Police initially charged Oakley's parents with manslaughter, but the charges were dropped, citing a lack of evidence. Investigators interviewed the couple's 6-year-old, Oakley's sister, who said her mother told her not to talk about Oakley. She eventually admitted she hadn't seen her sister in a long time. She began crying when a detective asked if Oakley was hurt. Her mother, Jordan, told her not to talk about Oakley and that she had gone out to be eaten by wolves, a police report read. Okay, so let me clarify. According to the 6-year-old sister, she says, if I understand this correctly, the 6-year-old sister said that the mother, the alleged murderer... Oh, no, hang on. Let me take that back. The police have withdrawn or dropped their charges of manslaughter. So she's an alleged child abuser or child neglector, whatever the correct term is. The 6-year-old has said that the mother said to the 6-year-old that the 5-year-old had gone out to be eaten by wolves. What an absolutely sick thing to say. I don't know that was said, but if it was, how deranged. Back to the article. When police questioned Bowers, Jordan Bowers, the mother, about Oakley's disappearance, she allegedly became furious and refused to answer questions. Here's a quote. She became enraged, yelling, clenching her fists, and refused to answer any further questions about the welfare or well-being of her daughter. So, seemingly, my interpretation, she was completely uncooperative. She was claiming offence. You can't ask me this. I'm so offended. Well, you've been asked it because your daughter's been missing for a year. And your other daughter seems to think that you said to her that Oakley went out to be eaten by wolves. Yeah, that's why you're being asked these questions, Jordan. Back to the article. During a search of the couple's residence, police found blood splatter on the blinds near the front door, on the front door, and a handprint on the wall in the downstairs hallway. They also found signs of other children being in the home, but no signs of Oakley. There's reports that Swift, I'm not sure who Swift is. Is Swift the elementary school lady? Yes. The Oakville Elementary School principal contacted social services after her child and Oakley's sister had a play date together at her house. While there, Oakley's sibling became upset and said, "Oakley is no more." The elementary school principal told police that she had been to the home on numerous occasions and never once saw Oakley. Meanwhile, Oakley's parents remained behind bars for allegedly neglecting their 6-year-old daughter. Both children were at one point living in foster care. Both suspects remained behind bars at Gray Harbor County Jail on $150,000 bail each until further notice. Investigators would like to speak with anyone who has seen or spoken to Oakley since January 2021, and of course contact the appropriate authorities, the appropriate sheriff's office, Gray's Harbor, should anyone have any information in regards to these two potential scumbags. I mean, their daughter has been missing for close to a year. If I understand correctly, they state that she was missing for a week and they still hadn't reported her missing. That is not the sign of a good parent. In the meantime, police have arrested the parents for neglect to the missing child's sister. And the missing child's sister has said various things indicating that she believes that Oakley is dead. Oakley is no more. Oakley went out to be eaten by wolves. So, of course, prayers, best wishes for the safe return of Oakley Carlson, the 5-year-old. I mean, I'll throw my thoughts in for whatever they're worth, and of course this is the thoughts of a layman, someone that doesn't have any information in regards to the topic other than what's within this article here. I do not hold open any hope. The girl's been missing for a year. The parents, even by their own admission, didn't report the missing girl missing to authorities. The school teacher is extremely concerned. The sister seems to be suggesting that she's dead. I mean, it seems to me that there's a lot of circumstantial evidence, I would think, pointing to the concept that regrettably Oakley is dead, and that could potentially be at the hands of the parents. Of course, we don't know that yet, but we all have our own thoughts.